Right, we're here. We're getting better and better by the day. I sound more and more like I'm not sick anymore every single time I turn on the stream nowadays, which is good. So, pretty much, we're at like 95, 96, 97% back to normal. So, means we should be pretty good for rematch drafts tomorrow. So I need to be better for Monday. Hope you're all well. There we go. That's what we need. Fellas, Club World Cup group stage day number 2. 3 group games yesterday, 3 group games today. As we said yesterday, you know, the top 16 get that automatic bye. But just to make it to some sort of stage of playing next week, you got to finish in the top 48. Thank you so much for the follow. Of course, as of now, with 3 games with half the group stage done, to get into the top 48, 3 points. So everyone's still very much within a shot here of making it. These fixtures, as we said yesterday, are random. Right now, you can see Leon there occupying the final spot with 3 points and a -7 goal difference. It is not an easy group stage to survive. Tonight, of course, we say goodbye to 20 teams. 20 teams will head home, will have their season end after tonight, with the rest of you carrying on to next weekend. Of course, the top of the pile, still the favourites, Barcelona. 3 wins, no losses. They join a whole heap of teams. 10 teams, including the likes of Basel, who have yet to drop points. But, I mean, 20 goals scored, 1 conceded. AIK hot on their heels, 15 goals, 0 conceded. Basel, interestingly, in 3 games, 4 goals, 1 goal conceded. I mean, listen, it doesn't matter how much you win by or what the scoreline is. It just matters to win, doesn't it? So, but it's good to see. It's good to see it in this top 16 in particular. You got a good mix. So it's Super League 1, 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 Super League 2, I want to say. Super League 4, Super League 1, Super League 2, Super League 1, Super League 1, Super League 2 or 3, Marseille, Super League 3, Super League 4, Super League 2. So you've got a couple of Super League, you know, 2, 3, 4 teams in this top 16, which is great. Like we said, you know, it's always that kind of hangover feeling with this Club World Cup. There's going to be some clubs that they want to do well in the Club World Cup. There's going to be some clubs that just don't remotely care because they're just so exhausted, egoed out of maybe having a poor league season. So they're just like, yeah, what's the point? It's why these kind of Super League 2, 3, 4 teams have such a great opportunity in this Club World Cup. But yeah, as well, Chad, thank you again for the follow. Right to even give you a proper shout out. Let's go through the the fixtures then for today. The, of course, opening fixtures, the 8 p.m. Just give me a minute, blow my nose. Oh, God. Yeah. Like I said, we're nearly full fitness. I said I'm feeling the best I've felt in the entire week. Not fully there, but yeah, still going to get some sneezing and coughing down the mic. I'm not apologising for anything. 8 p.m. games then. Ajax versus Melbourne. Al-Shabaab versus Tenerife. Angers versus Napoli. Blackburn versus Levante. Bodo Glimt versus Arsenal. Bournemouth versus Dortmund. Crew versus Brighton. DC United versus Olympiacos. Derby versus Leganes. Estoril Praia against Al Ain. Annecy versus Chelsea. Basel versus Celtic. So a battle between 2 top 16 teams there. Schalke versus Barcelona. Seoul versus Montpellier. Fiorentina versus AIK. It's a huge one from Super League 1. Hull City versus Galatasaray. Juve versus Bayern. Lazio versus the San Diego Wave. Leeds versus Feyenoord. Leyton Orient versus Sporting. Lyon versus Aston Villa. Man United versus Twente. Marseille versus Elche. Milan versus West Ham. Minnesota versus Nice. Mumbai City versus Monaco. Norwich versus Madrid. Forest versus Leverkusen. PSV versus Reading. Leipzig versus Boca Juniors. Betis versus Rotherham. River Plate versus Sociedad. St. Johnstone versus Newcastle. Elversberg versus PSG. Those are all of your opening block fixtures, you want to call that. Remember, 3 fixtures for every team tonight. Everyone is still possibly able to qualify or drop out, so it's not sealed for anyone yet. We said yesterday, though, if you want my kind of estimation of what you've got to do to get through, I think to make the top 48, I think 6 points will do it. I think 6 points will do it. It would surprise me if it's anything higher. Maybe like 6 points definitely, I think no more than 7. I think 7 points. You would feel very unlucky if you walked away with 7 points and you weren't in the top 48, put it that way. So, yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see which one of these teams out of the 10 that went undefeated yesterday, that won all three games in a row, who can make it 6 wins in a row? Who's going to get to the knockout stage invincible? You know, that's always a fun one to find out. And again, which one of these minnows, perhaps down here in the quote-unquote relegation zone as of right now in the Club World Cup, is going to climb up and grab the opportunity. Napoli, of course, Super League 4 and Audi Cup winners, only on 2 points after yesterday. They felt the sting of this Club World Cup. Even Borussia Dortmund, you know, had their issues yesterday, but they're back revamped to, I think, a full strength tonight. So they'll be a dangerous team. DC United, DS10, always someone that performs so well in the league season, but has the stumbling block in the Champions League and the Club World Cup. He's currently second bottom. He needs to pull something out of the hat today as well. So, you know, there's a couple of storylines here, absolutely. In terms of fixture that I would like to see, I can't lie, I'm liking that idea of Basel and Celtic. If we have a Basel and Celtic link, Super League 1 v Super League 2, I'm 100% down for that. I'd absolutely do it. Thank you, Matt, as well, for the resub. 38 months with Prime. So there you go. I told you how to pronounce it yesterday. It's Al-Aini. Al-I-Nai. I mean, that's not really helping me. The NIH could be Ni, Ni, Ni. It could be anything, all right? You're butchering me here, Chrissy. Just because you live in the Middle East doesn't mean I can speak the twang, buddy, all right? I'm trying here. I'm trying. Next thing you're going to do is have me dress up in a fucking headscarf and look like I own oil companies and do the stream. It's just, come on. I'm doing my damn best here. Right. Mr. Oh, look at me, fancy pants. Oh, look at me. I live in the UAE, but like I'm Scottish, but like am I? Fuck you, Chrissy. All right, buddy. Fuck you. Love you, but goddamn. All right. Well, if there's any links going around, shouts. If not, I'll go on the hunt for my own. But yeah, I would love to see that Celtic game to start if it's there. If not, then like I said, we'll find something to watch. We always do. And again, oh, there we go. We got Celtic link as well. Michael. Absolutely world class. We've got our game. We've got our mainstay for the opening match. And I'm excited. I'm ready for it. And again, fellas, yesterday, I'll just say this again. Of course, I put it in the manager Discord. But like I said, I don't mind people DMing me for help. But today, right, let's just use common sense. If you've got issues during your games, all right, if they're issues that, for example, you can do it in my DMs, mate. For stream links, send it to me in DMs, by the way. But yeah, like issues in terms of games, DM me if your game breaks and you need to know what's going on. DM me if there's something going on that needs my urgent attention. But like if you've had a guy like rage quit after a game, or you've had a guy refuse to play, wait until I get off stream, then give me the guy's name and the pictures and everything, and then I'll ban him, all right? Just, you don't need to DM me as soon as someone refuses to play and be like, hey, middle of my first game, this guy's gone, ban him now. Like, you gotta wait until after, all right? So DM me if there's crazy shit going on that needs like immediate attention. That means that everything's stopped and stalled or whatever. But if you've got any freaks in your team that are creating problems, issues, and they need to be kicked, punted, removed, whatever, I'm here all afternoon. I'm here all evening while I do my admin work. I will be here afterwards. So just, you know, save all of that kind of stuff for afterwards. That's all I ask, because it means that I can't watch the games if I'm getting that stuff spammed at me, you know? So, one of those. One of those. Roggy sent me a link as well. Thank you, Roggy, for Bodo Glimt. We will have a look eventually. I'm happy, though, for now for Celtic and Basel. I am. Thank you as well for the follow. The Pikachu Josh. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And again, as well, after this European football stuff today, we're going to be doing the VFL Super Bowl on Madden. Someone tonight is going to walk away with the 7th ever VFL Super Bowl. Someone's going to walk away with that $150 trophy. I don't know. We got any converters in here? Like inches to feet. The trophy is something like 22.5 inches. So I don't know how many feet that is, but it's how big the trophy is. So it's a physical, actual trophy. So I'm excited to see who wins that Super Bowl tonight. So there's a lot of stream action from now until late. You probably got me for like 4 hours across 2 different games. So yeah, and then don't forget, you're bored tomorrow. You get home from work or wherever the fuck you're at. 5:30 in the afternoon. We'll be doing rematch drafts, okay? Xbox only, sadly, because there's still no crossplay. But if you play rematch and you're on Xbox, then come through tomorrow, 5:30. We're doing some drafting there, all right? Smashing. Top tier. Okay, well, for now, we wait and see as to how long Celtic need. Clearly, they're missing a player or two. No doubt Michael will be tapping his wristwatch and demanding some arrivals imminently. Of course, Dutton was signed today as well, so that's a huge signing for Group Stage Day number 2. Brings goals. They also signed Mason 29 from Tenerife, who got a release. So the team over at Celtic starting to look more and more different and revamped every single day. Every single day. We got a link as well from... I think this is a link. He's just kind of forwarded a message onto me. I imagine this is OGC Nice. So we've got an OGC Nice link as well. We've got a YouTube link for Leipzig. So again, just toss me all these links, fellas. I may not have them all on the screen at once, but I will eventually come around to them if the games are of interest, okay? So, yeah. And of course, as always, you know, we know that the club's lobbies are still slow, iffy. We got through it yesterday. Just communicate, keep your heads, keep calm, and as we said yesterday as well, go in as quickly as you possibly can. The quicker you go in, the quicker you get out, the quicker you can enjoy your evening off of this godforsaken game. Yep, nice and simple, lads. Nice and simple. Beyond that, best of luck to everyone tonight. I want to see some upsets. I want to see some underdog stories, mate. That's what I want to see. Absolutely is. So far, captains are all communicating, so... it looks like we're strapped in and ready for action. And like I said, we don't have too much of a delay either, because next week we have the Club World Cup knockouts. Immediately after that, so a week tomorrow, what starts? Well, the VFL World Cup starts. What nation makes a huge stride towards winning the ultimate international gold for the year? And again as well, keep saying this, fellas. If you are looking for people in the manager Discord and you're in my chat, do the @ symbol and then start typing the name. It will pop up. It pops up for me. There's no reason it should pop up for you unless your device is made out of smoldering bricks and straw and mud. All right. So, yeah. Yeah. Well, more and more conversations happening. And please as well, limit the stalling. Set it to Sunday. There's no reason why anyone should be stalling on a Sunday. Okay, if your players don't know what time they're playing on a Sunday at this point, then I don't know. Time to maybe go and venture outwards and get more people that are competent. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But, yep, like I said, more and more people talking, communicating, and speaking. Madden's still a chance for a first ever gold trophy with pickings. It could be. It could be. Prediction from Alain and the O'Shea Academy. I don't know what you're asking me there. You said prediction from Alain and the O'Shea Academy. That would imply, with your English, that you're making a prediction about something. I have no idea if that's what you mean, or you're asking me for a prediction on you and you just completely just had word vomit on the keyboard then. No idea, but best of luck to you tonight. We'll be rooting for you, buddy. We'll be. And again, please... tonight actually read your Discords, because if I have to kind of not watch games because I'm going to have people spamming me in Discord again saying, oh my god, I need you to get this guy and that guy to reply. I shouldn't have to run around the Discord and be telling anyone that as a manager here tonight to read the Discord. I just shouldn't have to do it. Okay? So please, keep your eyes peeled, be vigilant, be awake. Let's have a good night of FIFA, man. For now, we still wait for Celtic and Basel to get going ASAP. Thank Jesus Christ. Thank you, Ben. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 0. Thank you very much, mate, for the follow. Appreciate you on that. Up the Annecy. There you go. Well, listen, Annecy had a good night yesterday. Wasn't the worst nights, were they? Well, was it 45th in the table? 2-game losing streak after lost game 2 and 3, yes, but you're in the top 48 for qualification. Who you got today? Super League 4 Annecy. You got Chelsea. It's tough. Oh dear God. All right, yeah, you got some tough games today. You get 1 win out of those, you deserve to be in the top 48. That's Super League 1, Super League 2, at the top end of Super League 2. I swear they're finishing like the top 4 did Basel, and Man United Super League 3. So you got a taste of every division tonight over at Annecy. Fair. Godspeed. I'm rooting for you. I am. I'm rooting for you. Well, more and more managers continue to type. We've got a stream link as well from Tex and PSV. Thank you very much. We'll come around eventually. We will. So, get moving, please. And again, this excuse of we need time, people can't get on. You should have been getting on earlier on. Like, we're not sitting here stalling forever. People not getting on is not an excuse. You've had 18 minutes since kickoff was supposed to happen. Move fast. We're not doing the stalling stuff with 3 games on tonight. Like, yeah, I don't know, like, don't leave it until last minute to lobby up. You got to get going, please, fellas. You can't sit and wait another 10 minutes. There's 3 games tonight, 8:39. You've got to get moving. You've got to get moving. You've got to get moving, please. It's that simple. I understand the lobbies are ass. I get it. Plan ahead. There's no reason why you should be just getting on at 8:15, lobbying up and then being surprised. Go into Ultimate Team, back out, get in. But let's get going, please. Because, trust me, the people that are delaying are the first people that are going to be in my DMs complaining, oh, well, don't do 3 games again, it's so long. Trust me, it always happens. It's the same people that are, like, delaying stuff for 15 minutes because their players can't get on, and then they're immediately moaning because they're on for too long. They don't want to play FIFA for that long. Be on time, please, boys. Come on. Come on. All right, well, you just joined us. Nothing really missed so far. Teams taking their 15 minutes as per usual. We'll be watching Celtic and Basel when they get in. Celtic, of course, 4th place. 3 wins from 3. 14 goals scored, 2 goals conceded. Basel, 3 wins from 3. 4 goals scored, 1 conceded. So the battle of 2 undefeated teams in the top 16. But there you go. There you go. Please, though. Like I said, it's just a soft warning. Well, it's not really soft warning. It's 8:20. It's a kind of like serious warning. If you aren't in your games already, you've got to go. You've got to go. Like I said, there's 3 games tonight. We can't be sitting around in the lobby waiting for you to get your players on because you don't know how to tell time. All right? Move. Move. Leaps the big game now, by the way. Fantastic. Best of luck to you. Best of luck to you. CJ happening, mate. We're nearly better, Siege. We're nearly better. We're nearly there. Perfect. Celtic and Basel. What in the Norwiching hell is this strip, by the way? Wow, that's ugly. Wow, that's disgusting. All right. Well, O'Shea, rather than type in the Discord as well, in the chat, I need you to start talking to Esther or Prahaya and get going. Let's move, though, with serious pace, though, boys, please. If you're not in, you need to get in soon. Like 2 minutes ago soon. Here we go, though. First full game of our watch tonight. And it is a big one. 2 undefeated teams. 1 who resided in Super League 1. 1 who resided in the Super League 2. Michael and his Celtic team tonight going up against T. Stocky and his Basel squad. Basel, of course, in the white. They are the underdogs here in this one. Celtic, of course, the Super League 1 outfit with reinforcements of Mason 29 and Dutton 28 who were signed today. They'll be looking to keep their undefeated streak going and maybe sail into that round of 32 by automatic process. Remember, top 16 automatic bye to the round of 32. Whereas 17th to 48th will go through a playoff, an extra game on Friday night. The playoff, of course, is one and done, with the round of 32 being double-legged. Round of 32 will be double-legged. Round of 16 will be double-legged. The quarterfinals, double-legged. The semi-finals, double-legged. And the final, a single matchup. The format, if anyone wants to know. Scheduling, of course, no one will remember this. I'll put it in writing at some point. What a ball that is, though, by the way, from Basel. Sends that one across. That's a great start from Basel. That one having to be cleared for a corner. Tune in for this quickly, and then we'll go back to talking about the scheduling and format. Basel here, wanting to maybe start off their game with a set-piece maneuver. That one there, though, not really delivered into the right area and swatted away. Now, Celtic on the prowl. So, yeah, Friday coming, it will be the playoff and the round of 32. So, if you make the top 16, 2 games on Friday. If you don't, 3 games on Friday. Saturday is the long day. It'll be round of 16 and quarterfinal on Saturday. So, the potential of 4 games if you're involved there. And then, of course, semi-final and final on Sunday. That is the way it's going to go. Jamie H here goes over and across. That one knocked down. Gaston nearly there, but not possible. Spills out there for a corner kick now to Celtic. Well, let's see where they can go with this one. We saw one pretty poor corner, and we've seen another pretty poor corner. One absolutely shocking corner apiece from Basel and Celtic there. Liam Y goes over into William as Betts and Stocky there combine. Now there's Oscar, there's Archie. Archie trying to get that one over to Jamie, but that one in the end stopped. Draxi as well, another kind of signing that was made today on the fly by Michael, reinforcing his squad as he gets ready for the business end of the season. He would love to win the Club World Cup, he really would. However, easy. So there's a great dispossession there. Rainey, great press from the front like a Danny Welbeck, like a prime Danny Welbeck before he got old. That's Rainey there. 2015 Arsenal Danny Welbeck. Wow, what a plur. Celtic here dripping the ball over to Michael. Goes across. Easy save there by Jake Season. Didn't even flinch in between the sticks. It'll be a great opportunity this for Basel to kind of get that confidence that they can beat a Super League 1 team if they can beat Celtic here today. Would start to blur the lines about divisional quality. Ball there sent in again as Con gets that one out and away for a corner kick. 25 minutes nearly on the clock. FC Basel with another opportunity to convert from a set piece. That one swung across. Con heads that one away. Knocks that one on down. There's Dutton. Dutton now down to the left-hand side. Michael goes over to Betts. There's Jamie, 27. Con over into the midfield now. There's Dutton again. He wants the ball, Dutton. He really does. It's the thing that we learnt about him from the FC Cologne days. He's become a lot more Ronaldo-esque in a sense that he always wants the ball at his feet. He wants to have touches consistently and constantly. He's unhappy when the ball isn't with him. So that's something today where maybe Celtic are going to need to continuously feed him and feed him and feed him until the opportunity arrives. Jamie H now down the right-hand side, slots in the oncoming winger. Here comes Dutton, ball at his feet, tries to play it forward. Should have just had the shot there. I was surprised he didn't let that one rip, but there you go. Gaston DK, his pro just does not look normal in yellow and green. That is, yeah, you wouldn't see a big Viking in a luminous yellow, would you? It's terrible. Rainy 10 here, the ball carrier sends that one down the right side as Will here tries to get past the Polish centre-back Betts, but to no joy. Out of bounds it goes, throw in once again. Liam goes over into Will. Will plays back to Archie. Naldinho there in the end keeps things calm and modest. One of the great ball carriers of the recent maybe 2 or 3 FIFAs we've seen, made his mark at RCD Espanyol. Great shot opportunity there. Draxi, though, not even flinching himself. The keepers so far for both teams, Basel and Celtic, relatively routine start to life. I forgot to do the channel point things again. Damn. If you've redeemed any channel points, I apologize. Don't until halftime. I'll activate them all again. I was in such a rush again, I completely forgot. It's my fault. Hope no one's wasted any of their fucking pickle pokes. I'll never hear the end of it. Ball there swung in. Heads that one back over into Old, and there's Jamie back to Gaston. Gaston now into Michael, the gaffer. Looking tricky and treacherous, but the battle of the gaffers is T. Stocky. I tell you what, T. Stocky's very lucky there. T. Stocky has nearly absolutely stitched his entire team up. If that went into the Celtic possession and then they broke through and scored, he'd never forgive himself. Dutton across here to Nayaldinho. Nayaldinho into Old but Bold, and Oscar in the end snuffing the danger and getting that one away. Archie needs help, needs to find consistent supports. Look at that. Again, 3 yellow shirts starting to completely surround him, and they just can't get out. They're starting to cut off the life support here of FC Basel, our Celtic. And I think Basel will be happy to take this one to half-time 0-0. Not a bad first half. Definitely a bit of a joust back and forward. And again, I think realistically, you talk about who would be the happier with a draw. You'd always got to say that maybe the underdog in Basel would take a point. For Celtic, it will start to maybe raise concerns and questions if they can't win here. You know, why can't we beat a Super League 2 team? But again, you know, at this point in the Club World Cup, you can't look at it like Super League 1, Super League 2, Super League 3, Super League 4. Everyone's equal. Everyone's kind of in that kind of tournament for the same reason, you know? So, yeah. Anyway, let's go back over into it then. Second half should be imminently approaching. And so far, no goals in this one. There are any players, teams that are not into their first game yet, I'm dead ass serious, boys. You've got to go. If I come out of this game, finish watching it, and I'm still seeing people not in their first game, I'm going to hit the roof. And again, doing this nonsense to break the game at halftime. Awesome, lads. Really. Well, you know the drill. No lag outs. Can rejoin if anyone lagged out. They're not coming back in. If either team wants to check and make sure they can. Again, I'm not really too surprised. With the FIFA community, we've got no real brain inside of our heads. So why people are still tapping the guide button and doing all this stupidness during halftime, I'll never understand. So thanks to whoever did that in whatever team it was. So, yeah, great. Are we carrying on? Maybe we're carrying on. Not a clue. Maybe we are carrying on. Well, I guess we are. Here we go then. Hallelujah. It's so boring because, like I said, and I know, and people do it on purpose. They know what they're doing. They do. They know what they're doing. Because to sit there, like, for me, right, I look at it from my perspective. When it's half-time in a game, when I used to play, right, skip the cutscene, and then instantly I would click resume match and just not touch my pad. Nowadays, you've got people that have got crippling ADHD that are just fucking fidgeting with their pads and clicking every single fucking button and doing what? Fucking themselves? Fucking the game up? Come on. Ridiculous. You know what you're doing. Stop it. Silly. Well, both teams happy to carry on regardless. So there you go. That one there flicked on down. Nayaldinho goes up into Stocky. Stocky there into Dutton. Dutton into Gaston, takes the shot there. That one whizzes on by. Well, Celtics seem to have a spring in their step. They really do. That one there knocked on down. There's Old Not Bold, who, again, really sloppy pass there. He has been, I don't know if that's Daft or someone. I have no idea who Old Not Bold is, but his passing range the first half, and now the second half has been seriously inconsistent. He's got to get it together, whoever he is. As that one there could have been the 1-0. Oh, but there's the 1-0. Oh, it's horrendous from Celtic. Oh, God, it's absolutely honking of ass. That is such a defensive mistake. Dilly-dallying in the box, a crowded box. An FC Basel strike while the iron's hot. 1-0 to Basel. What was the defender thinking? Just clear the ball. Again, this is the... Oh, dude, it's such a... The old timer in me coming out. Back in my day, right? FIFA 15, the good old days, the heyday of glory, all right? I used to encourage my defenders to just beat the ball, beat the ball away, clear it away. Dribbling inside the box and in the end getting dispossessed and conceding. I mean, holy smokes, mate. But there you go. 1-0 to Basel. And now they've got something to hang on to. Rainey trying to creep that one round. Con 16. Not going to happen, though. Nayaldinho goes over into Old. Not Bold. Moves down this left-hand side. Does Michael. Michael into Gaston. As there goes Charlie and Liam Y. Over into Stocky. Clearly, the... Oh, Archie. Oh, my goodness me. Archie, big shot, big save. And there's Draxi and Jamie getting involved. You can see who had the half-time disconnection issue, that it was the red boots of Celtic. This man here, the one that disconnected at half-time. Well, if it was a self-inflicted disconnect, then he was fiddling around with his controller, then who knows? If he was here, would that goal perhaps would have went in? Would it have led to that situation? Like I said, when it reaches half-time, boys, just hit resume match and just don't start clicking buttons. Because the thing that I think it is as well is I think it's people that have Spotify on at the same time while playing, and then they hit the guide button during half-time and they start to change track and change song, and then they get kicked out. Just leave it. Leave it alone. I beg. Well, 20 minutes to go here. Celtic still have an opportunity to come back and grab maybe an equaliser. They would love to have that go their way. Joel there, that's really good kind of competition for the ball. Sends that one back over into Nayaldinho. Nayaldinho now plays over into Dutton. Dutton, sign for these big moments, this big game here tonight. But Stocky again, the gaffer leading by example, charging back, dropping back, and just gets that ball up the field again. It's going to be a huge, monumental win here for FC Basel if it stays like it does. Rainey into Liam. Liam back to Rainey. Rainey into Will. Will, the goal hero of this game. Dutton. Open space. Open real estate. Finds Michael. Michael here on the left-hand side. Tries to cut that one back in, but still nothing. Dutton getting a lot of space in that kind of central area, but not really getting into positions where he can kind of let the shots rip. That one goes over to the left-hand corner now, and in the end, Michael swings it out for a goal kick. Not been Michael's night tonight so far either. Seems to have been really on the edge of either some great pressure or on the end of some really dodgy touches. Can't lie to you. Stocky again. I tell you, Stocky's been phenomenal, though. Been absolutely everywhere. Midfield general tonight, T. Stocky, absolutely. Oscar plays the pass with his right now. Looking, goes to Archie. Archie reverses back to Oscar. Slaps that one down the wing to Ganja. Oscar now travelling all the way back to Stocky. Stocky goes up to Rainey. Rainey. Oh, it's a nice little one there to Archie. And I tell you what a block that is by Betts. The Polish wall himself. Right place, right time. Keeps this game somewhat alive. And now here comes the potential Celtic counter. But the ball again just travels beyond Michael. And there's nothing to see. I think they've got to use Michael as a distraction. I think they have to. Michael in this game has got a lot of the ball, but he's just not been able to do anything with it. I think at that point, sometimes your outside attacking midfielders, they have those kind of halves where they just can't get anything going. You've got to just kind of use them as a decoy. I've been on the end of it before. Michael still, though, believing that maybe he can play a part in getting the equaliser. It would be great if he could. And kind of rescue his game, to say the least. Liam sends that one in. And that one's a great save by Draxi, by the way. Incredible. Here we go, then. 89th minute of play. Celtic with time running out here in this group stage matchup against FC Basel. And it's a foul. And it's a foul that will give Celtic a free kick in a somewhat dangerous area. Yellow card there to Stocky. There's no way he shoots this from this far out. You'd think he's got to go short. I think he is going to take the shot, though. Oh, my God. Oh, God. You're fired, bro. You're fired. You know. You're fired. You know, no. You're fired. You can't take free kick. No. Sorry, man. Back of the bus. That was quite honest. That was fucking horrendous, man. I've just seen the ball fucking travel outside my hat. Where the fuck's that gone? That was... Whoever's just taking that free kick, you should not be allowed ever near fucking set pieces again. What the fuck was that, boys? Sweet heavens, man. That was the worst free kick of all time, by the way. Wow. That was woeful. That was
one time for the Gringos.
Absolutely fucking horrendous. I gotta be honest. Right, thank you so much for the follow, mate. Good to meet you last week as well. Still a little bit ill, but yeah, holy fuck. Did you see that fucking football fly past your house? Holy fuck, dude. That wasn't even bad. Pretty good. You fucking lie. You're a terrible liar. You've convinced me, but you're a fucking terrible, terrible liar. Dear me. That was fucking, dude. Someone's got to get a clip of that. I've got to know who that was. I need names. I need addresses, dude. I need to know who the fuck did that. That was fucking terrible. Oh, God. So Michael said as well, the player at halftime that lagged out, didn't even lag out, he just backed out. I don't know why, I can't lie. So I no idea what the fuck happened over at Celtic, but yeah, I mean, Jesus God. Can't tag Man United. Yeah, well, that's weird, isn't it? Because I certainly can. So again, we know, fellas, as well, the menus are shit. Just please work with each other. All right. Don't be dicks. Just work with each other. Be calm. It's the same situation as yesterday. We got through it yesterday. Relax. Calm. Breathe. All right. We're nearly there. One game down, 2 to go. Okay. Should we go over the game 2s? Of course, we know some game 1s are still going on, but let's go through the fixture block for the 8:30 p.m. games here tonight. Game 2s, where are we? There we are. Game 2s. AIK versus Real Betis. Al Ain versus Mumbai. Monaco versus Lazio. Aston Villa versus Hull. Leverkusen versus River Plate. Boca Juniors versus Arsenal. Dortmund versus Schalke, the derby. Brighton versus Lyon. Leganes versus Man United, Tenerife versus Juventus, Celtic versus Blackburn, Chelsea versus Bournemouth, Elche versus Al-Shabaab, Barcelona versus AC Milan. Hell of a game that's going to be for Lane. Welcome to the big time. Basel versus Annecy, Bayern Munich against Norwich City, Twente against Leeds, Feyenoord versus Crewe, Galatasaray versus Seoul, Levante versus Estoril Praia, Melbourne City versus Nottingham Forest, Minnesota versus Bodo Glimt, Napoli versus Fiorentina, Newcastle versus PSV, OGC Nice versus Ajax, Olympiacos versus Leipzig, PSG versus St. Johnstone, Reading versus Leyton Orient, Real Madrid versus Montpellier, Sociedad versus Angers, Rotherham versus Marseille, San Diego versus Elfsborg, Sporting versus DC, and West Ham versus Derby County. There, your entire list from start to finish of game 2s here tonight. Would love to see that St. Johnstone and PSG game. If there's a link, well, there will be because it's Joe Boys. That's fantastic. So 2 for 2 here. And they're 10 minutes in. Look at this. Wow, I could cry tears of happiness. We've got 2 teams starting on time. Am I in the Twilight Zone? What's going on? This is fucking wow. Eh? Unbelievable. All right, 10 minutes in. We get to our seats late. There's Joe in the bottom left-hand corner. The dashing silver fox that he is. St. Johnston, of course, here in the blue strip, whereas PSG in their white kit here tonight. Props as well to PSG and to St. Johnston for not only getting into their first game on time, but also getting into the second game on time. That is top tier. Whether they're going to get into their third game on time, no one knows. For the rest of you, like I said, this should be a kind of like, you know, warning sign to you. Teams have already started game 2. You should be getting to the end of your game 1. There should be no one whatsoever that is still kind of lagging around and dragging out their game, their first game of the night, okay? So please, move with speed. Of course, with St. Johnston, team that kind of had that Super League 1, I don't want to say the word, but I'm going to say the word, all right? Don't think of me any less. They had that Super League 1 aura about them, don't they? They're a team with a lot of experience. Large portion of the team, of course, we know is Phoenix. A team with so much experience. Think about Joe Boy back in his heyday, FIFA 16, 17, one of the very first managers. He was the second manager, actually, in VFL history behind, I believe, Dilshkin, or whoever managed that Schalke team back in the day. Second ever manager in VFL history to successfully retain the Champions League. Won it with Juventus 2 seasons in a row, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, that was then, this is now. So much experience, a wealth of experience. And he would love to add that Club World Cup to his collection. Of course, St. Johnston didn't have the greatest of nights yesterday. A case where, you know, the lobby issues kind of stopped them from having 11. They couldn't... Oh, and that's a great finish by Kreza, by the way. Wow. Not just a great finish, but look at the fucking mustache on that thing. That is trimmed to perfection. One of the best mustaches I've seen. And one of the best finishes I've seen. Hell of a goal. And like I keep saying, this kind of division of Super League 1, Super League 2, Super League 3, Super League 4, it all starts to blur a little bit. The lines start to blur. You can't be looking at it that way. Everyone deserves to be at this stage. And right now, PSG, Kreza's PSG, have the lead. Congratulations to Kreza as well. Not just for that goal, but the Super League 2 team of the season was released this morning. Made it in. Had a phenomenal season, didn't he? Really did. Just a lightning bolt of a striker when he's on his when he's on form. Oh, there's another great ball here as well. Slips down the left-hand side, but just marginally offside. Oh, it could have been a real panicky situation there for St. Johnston. PSG still, though, remain 1-0 up. And now it's a really interesting situation that Kreza finds himself and his team in. If this stays 1-0 and it gets to half-time, what does the game plan change to? Will they say to themselves, all right, let's just make sure we can get to maybe the 70th minute and then start to think about going a bit more defensive? Will they still go all, you know, balls to the wall and try and get that second goal? I think 2-0 for PSG could be too much to come back from here for St. Johnston. I really do. Ball they're tipping back over into VFL Harvey. Harvey here sends that one only as far as Denzel Dumfries. Cams dispossessed there by Dumfries again. Well, free kick for St. Johnston. The one thing that the PSG players have got to remember, it's not over until it's over. The St. Johnston team has got players within it. Even in the defensive positions. We've seen Joe Boy nod home a few headers with minutes to go for Scotland before, haven't we? You know, we've seen so many of these players at St. Johnston over the years kind of be that clutch winner, that clutch equaliser in high-stakes games. You've got to keep your concentration all the way up. That one there sent forward. Knocked on. Down it goes to Shorter 17. Shorter. Over across now into... I thought that said Magikarp for a minute. I was like, fuck me, we've got a Pokemon on the field. Where, though, dispossessed as Kreza takes the stride forward. And that's a big thing in Ware's game that he has to kind of address as well. Ware 23s, I've seen him do that for St. Johnston yesterday when I've kind of spectated. I've seen him do it for Driscoll's side back at Schalke. He always gets caught just wanting to take too many touches or wants to hold the ball for too long. He gets caught in possession, and that can put his team in trouble. A couple of first-time passes will be right as rain. Didn't lead to anything, but it's worth pointing out. Anyway, here comes St. Johnstone. It's a huge crunching tackle from No Limit Cams. Sits down the St. Johnstone player instantly. Throw in, though, for the Saints, who launched that one towards Lawbors's grey microphone of a head. Knocks that one on again. Now the headers ensue. Takes it on down. That's going to be half-time. 1-0 to PSG. And what a finish it was from Kreza. World class. World class. We've got DMs. Is there a heart of I can't even spell. Mid-Leviathan? I don't know what you're trying to type here, Santi. I thought it was hearts of Whatever. Is there a VFL Hearts team? The Scottish Hearts? No one took Hearts for the Super League. Mr. Santiago Jimenez in my DMs. They did not. They did not. All right. Let me just go in there and keep your heads, please, boys. Work with each other. Get in as quick as possible. There you go. I get it, man. People are like starting to get fucking agitated and furious with one another because of these lobbies and the game being slow and blah, 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 blah. We'll get there. We'll get there. Don't worry. We'll get there. So, yeah. So just move with as quick pace as you can. And we'll all be there at the end, won't we? Here we go then. Second half. So, St. Johnstone still down 1-0 here to PSG, as they continue to try and find their way back into this one. That in-swinger sent towards Lawbors goes back down into Gokwanaldo. And you'd think here St. Johnstone are going to need to up the tempo, up the speed, up the aggression a little bit more if they want to come out of this one on top. Ball then moved back over into Gokwanaldo. There's Maguire now. Maguire. Oh, it's poor though, and gives it right to the goal scorer, Kreza. But the corridor there. Oh my goodness me! And look at this. It's just, Joe Boy. I can see Joe Boy just. You know, we can turn Joe Boy up. He looked like he was shouting there for a minute. Oh yeah, we got comms now. Fly on the wall there.
I've pressed my shoot button by accident there.
I think if it's wet, kid go ring and it fucking has.
Harvey. That one there. Heads on back. Pure blackout here. Just getting pushed by Denzel Dumfries.
I'm just going to go line.
Well, I'm going to be Joe's thank you, but thank you, Clondon, for the follow for Joe Boy there. Wow. Well, at least the atmosphere at St. Johnstone isn't too depressing. It could be worse. Like I said, we've seen teams before go 1-0 down, it turns into a graveyard, eh? It's not what you want to see. No Limit Cams goes over into Shorter. Now goes over into Wolfie. Wolfie sends that one in, knocks that one across. And there's Kreza still there. Cams goes up, claims. That one does Great Wall. Knocks that one down. Where? Over into Fletch Min. Goes to Alexander 7G. Alex finds Where. Goes to Gokwanaldo. Just about gets to Lawbors. Shimmy's to that left-hand side. There's Pebbles. What a great cross that is, but can't lie. Don't know about the follow-up after that. I don't know if that... Did that look like a shot or a cross? That was a cross. That was very direct at the keeper, wasn't it? Yeah. Gokwanaldo. Still time for St. Johnstone. 1-0. Not the end of the world. Passes like that, though, will soon put us towards the end of the world. And you heard the St. Johnstone player there saying that his head had gone.
It won't be for long.
Got to keep his calm. Ball played over there into Pebbles. Goes all the way back there into Great Wall. Sends that one forward. Lawbors with a little bit of a knock there. Shorter. Goes over into Wolfie. Wolfie back to Shorter. Shorter. Held up by Pebbles, but Shorter just brushes by him. Kreza again. That one cleared again. PSG starting to maybe tighten up.
School time.
on St Johnston here as the motivational words of "fuck it, goal time, let's go" from St Johnston.
Change it, because there's no one. You think what you want to do, try something different.
I don't know why we don't play shot.
As that throw-in just sails over Lord Balls' head there.
It's a good one.
Pebbles not able to get the pass off, and here we go now. PSG down the right side again. Knocks that one on. Great knock on from Wolfie. Wolfie immediately stopped though by Pebbles. Pebbles, fair play to him. Made the mistake and then made an incredible recovery run to save the day there. It was really nice. Ware 23 goes across back to Joe Boy. Joe Boy into Ware. Here comes Fletch Min. Fletch here, spinning and turning, sends that one towards Lawballs. Absolutely nothing to see there. Off the chest here, Lawballs, and there's the goal. 1-1 out of absolutely nothing. And this old dusty bastard has got a goal. The oldest man in the tournament, born in 1947, Lawballs, has got one to equal things up here against PSG. The last time Lawballs saw PSG at the Club World Cup in person, the Titanic was setting sail. Wow, unbelievable. And another one, it could be a double here for the senior citizen. Oh, it should have been. It could have been. Oh, goodness me. It should have been 2-1 to St Johnston. How quickly fortunes would have changed. PSG now are the ones that have got to get themselves together. 1-1 is still not a bad result for the Parisians. Your blackout here, Gok Ronaldo, Pebbles. That's the trumpets sound. Wow.
10 minutes here, man. Let's go.
Your blackout there into Denzel Dumfries. Goes over into Fletch Min. Fletch here, still going forward and shuffled out there by No Limit Cams, who was just like a dog with a bone there. Would not let the runner get past him. Really good tenaciousness there.
Get up.
Flick on could be there, but still nothing. Here comes Harvey. Immediately latching onto that one. Cams. Alex. Alexander 7G here. Where's he going to go? Finds Lawballs. Lawballs into Alex here. Alex. Goes down to Harvey. Shorter. Goes to Kreza. Kreza into Wolfie. Wolfie now. Back into Shorter. Shorter goes across. Plays that one towards Cams. Cams here. Harvey. Oh dear, no. That will be the concern in me coming out. I thought maybe they were going to bundle into each other and they were going to get through. But St Johnston survive it. Still an opportunity for someone to be a hero, claimed by Great Wall. Sends that one high. Here we go. Could this be the moment for St Johnston? The team in blue. Dispossessed though by VFL Harvey. Immediate press up there by Ware. That was wonderful from Ware 23. Denzel Dumfries knocking that one into the middle of the pitch, but again, just only as far as a PSG white shirt. Here comes Pure Blackout. Dispossessed by Joe, and in the end, that's the end of the game. 1-1. Well, listen, I mean, fair play to PSG and St Johnston. The reality is PSG will feel really hard done by there with how well they played in that game. I can't lie to you, but I mean, yeah, I think if you're PSG, you'll take that result. I mean, how many points did PSG have before that game? How many points did St Johnston have before that game? That's the ultimate question. That's how you're going to know what kind of point it was. So PSG had 6 points. So that's, yeah, you can't... Obviously, they had the first game. No one knows what happened there, but to take a point puts them to at least 7 points. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be too upset with that whatsoever. I think they'll be happy with the point. And for St Johnston, where the hell was St Johnston? 26 there. So again, 6 points. Yeah, I think both of them would take that. I don't think both of them would be too disappointed with a draw there. I think they'll both be happy with that. Puts them in a strong position to qualify. And they'll move into their final game now in the Club World Cup group stage with maybe a little bit of pressure off their shoulders. So, hey, good result, solid game. Fun one to watch there. Not bad. Right, let's go back into the hellhole that is my DMs, shall we? Oh my goodness me. That is the most giant paragraph I've ever seen. I am not reading. I've just been sent a 12-line paragraph. Sorry, friend, I am not reading that. Nope, you are out of your damn mind. No way, Jose. I'll read that later on. Anyway, managers are either in the middle of their game 2 or they're just starting to come out of game 2 and negotiate for game 3. As I keep saying, fellas, as soon as you go into your game 3, the better. It means you can get out of it quicker. And a big thank you to everyone. Tonight compared to yesterday, miles better. Why couldn't yesterday be like today? Everyone's got their fucking head on. There's limited arguing. Maybe because it's cooler. It wasn't as hot today. But everyone's way more normal and switched on. Thank God. Thank God. So, big props. Players, managers, everyone involved tonight. Limited issues. I'm the big happy. I am. You can make an old man smile sometimes. You could. I just wish it was more consistently. Eh? Christ. All right. Let's talk about the third and final batch of games as everyone starts to kind of prepare and get ready for them. Game 3 in the batch tonight, of course, 9 p.m. kickoffs. After this, there are no more games. So 3 games tonight, 3 games yesterday night, 6 games in the group stage, and then we move on to next week's knockouts. So the third and final batch of games tonight, Al-Shabaab versus Dortmund, Angers versus Estoril Praia, Arsenal versus Napoli, Villa versus Feyenoord, Boca versus AIK, Bodo Glimt versus Brighton, Tenerife versus Reading, Crew versus Levante, DC United versus Leverkusen, Derby versus Bournemouth, Bayern versus Newcastle, Seoul versus San Diego Wave, Fiorentina Blackburn, Galatasaray Twente, Hull Monaco, Juve Barca, Lazio Forest, Leeds Celtic, Leyton Orient Melbourne City, Lyon Al Ain, Man United Annecy, Marseille Chelsea, Milan Schalke, Montpellier Leganés, Norwich West Ham, Olympiacos Rotherham, PSV Nice, Leipzig Sociedad, Betis Basel, Madrid PSG, River Plate Mumbai, Sporting Elche, and last but not least, these two, St. Johnston, Minnesota, and Elversberg versus Ajax. So, whole heap of great games to watch, absolutely. And I guess we can just go around and see anything at all. Whatever we've got, we can go with. So, there you go. Sorry, I've aired the shit out the chat as well because I've been too busy watching the games, man. But, yeah. Thanks for the free kick. Needed that there. Well, fucking, I hope that wasn't you. There's no way. That couldn't have been you. It was Michael. Michael did that. Yeah, Michael should be a shit. Michael's not allowed at free kicks at Celtic ever again. You guys have to just pull him away from every free kick. He wants a penalty. All right. Well, you can take one at the practice arena. You're not allowed them anymore. All right. Midlothian. I was saying Mid-Leviathan because I can't read. Hey, there you go. All right. Okay. So Minnesota and St. Johnston are pretty much going in. So I mean, say fair credit to St. Johnston and Minnesota and all of these guys, man. Like the amount of teams that are actually bang on time tonight is just phenomenal. Like absolutely brilliant. I had as well some people asking me when the Super League 1 team of the season is going to come out. That'll be sometime middle of next week. Again, I've been sick the entire week. I'm only just kind of getting over it now. So it's one of those where I'm just kind of behind on a lot of stuff, but it will be out before Friday night's knockouts. All right, it will be. So give me some time. It will be there. It will be there. So, yeah. Well, okay. Well, that Milan's not happy. Milan have just been absolutely funded by Barcelona. They have been treated to the old Jacko LFC Express. The Jacko LFC Express is when you start to get passed around like you're a couple of traffic cones. It's quite something. But yeah, like I said, whenever you're ready to go into Game 3, go ASAP. Says the quicker you go in, the quicker you get out. It's absolutely splendid. It is. Where's the fast forward to Madden button? Yeah, we're nearly there, Finn. Don't worry. We're going into like the final game of the batch of 3, so we're not too far away, mate. We're not too far away. Let's go and see what we've got going on in regards to any other games on. Should we have a look at potentially PSV? One of the other big favourites in the Super League. Everyone getting ready to go back in. Who did PSV play in their final game? I imagine they're going into game 3. You'd hope so. PSV playing OGC Nice. No offense to Nice. I love Big Don. Don is super nice. One of the nicest guys ever to deal with as a manager. However, I don't want to watch his live execution at the hands of PSV. I can't lie. I love you, lads over at Nice, but that's going to be a real bloodbath. Hey, if you end up winning, then, you know, I'll eat all the shit in the world for it. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to watch nice people get absolutely fiddled. All right, I don't. It's not. That doesn't give me too much fun energy. It doesn't. Who did Feyenoord play going into game 3? Villa and Feyenoord. I think Villa are pretty much at the point where like they're just FIFA'd out and they're just not really. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong again. T-Ban's may well have recuperated and saved his group stage after yesterday. Yesterday was really bad for them. Sporting. We were Sporting playing. By the way, we love Sporting in real life. Thank you for Victor Gyökeres. We finally got a fucking striker. Hip hip hooray. Elche. I'm not too opposed to that. I'm not too opposed to that because Elche, I think, are doing okay, or am I just completely making that up? Okay, so they were just about in. Who did they have tonight? Did they play anyone like super tonight? Marseille and Shabab. Okay, so yeah, maybe they may need to win this one in order to keep their shit alive. So I'm down for it. Met Tony at the LAN. He's just now permanently going to be known as O'Shea's friend or O'Shea's helper. All right, that's just who he is. But he's built a great team over at Sporting, so maybe here tonight he can secure his passageway into the next round. So we'll stick with that one. Sporting and Elche. Yes, sir. That's what we'll go with. And beyond that, like I said, just keep the comms nice and high, fellas. And as soon as you're ready to go into your game 3, head on in, all right? Don't keep us waiting. You go in as soon as you want to. Get out of here as quick as you possibly can, all right? Fantastic. And like I said, the knockout stage, all of that, the stats, all of that, it's going to be updated later on tonight. I've got a lot of work to do tonight. I got a shit load of work to do tonight. Like a lot. It's going to be a 6, 7 a.m. finisher, I think. Because I've got to do all the FIFA stuff. I've got to make the UFC card for Thursday. I'll have to order the Super Bowl trophy for the winner. Do all of that stuff. Yeah, it's going to be a... We've got any admins on VFL. Any of my admins that are on summer holiday, on summer break, that for some reason will be awake tonight and want some late night tasks, come to me at around midnight. Because, yeah, I could... This is one of those rare ones where I could probably use a hand or 5, you know what I mean? So, there you go. Rixie and right back, by the way. It's true. Corey, look at this right-hand side. The most devastating right-side combination that mankind has ever seen. Corey and Rixie. Corey, the most happy-go-lucky fucking kid I've ever met, by the way. Can he maybe be a match winner here tonight? Or will it be a Silvera operating at the Gyökeres role? Corey at Ram, you're so cooked. Well, there you go. The fans are clearly booing Corey at this stage. They don't believe in him. Swap Corey and Rixie right now. The fans are chanting for a Corey demotion to right back. Wow, he's lost the crowd. He's not even kicked the ball yet, mate. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. How the hell is he going to come back from that? That's career suicide if I've ever seen it. It's terrible. Vamos Sporting, better see a goal from one of the Lincoln boys. Who's at Lincoln? Talk to me. Which one of these are Lincoln? You got to help me, Rides, because I don't fucking follow the... Trust me, right, throughout the entire weekend, Rides, you saw me running around like just a clueless fucking chicken, mate, all over the building. You know how difficult it is to know which absolute cringe name it was to look for? I'm looking for fucking... Optimal. I get no offense to if anyone in here plays for these teams. I'm not calling you shit or anything. I'm just saying, why does every fucking team name in 11s have to sound so either overly serious, cringe or like a fucking deodorant. Like a deodorant brand. I'm running around looking for Optimal, Patronus. I'm looking for fucking SBBFCC. You know what I mean? I'm looking for like fucking acronyms and fucking Uber Eats delivery discount codes. You know what I mean? So I haven't got a single clue who plays for who, obviously, with that shit. So, yeah, one of them. All right, well, let me just quickly go and check what in the actual camera. Let me quickly go and check the Discord again, make sure there's no issues. We're all good. We're all fine. All right, we're set. Okay, here we go then. Third and final game for these two teams tonight. Sporting against Elche. Two teams that were effectively minnows. These two are not teams that you'd expect to win the Club World Cup. That's with the likes of Barcelona and co. But these teams have heart. They've got passion. They've got commitment. All right, they've got chemistry. And fair play to the team over at Sporting. They've really done well. They exceeded my expectations. Did not expect Tony in this this group that he had at Sporting to finish as high as what they did. So proved me wrong. And same for Elche as well. Pete the Tim, operating in Super League 4, had a phenomenal season. Just a really awesome season. I think at the 10, I think he was playing centre attacking mid. Made team of the season as well. Probably one of Pete's best seasons ever as a player, to be honest. So fair play to him. Two successes in the Super League, where you had some teams effectively explode and capitulate after a couple of losses in a hard division. These two teams revelled as that one there cleared off the line. As Elche continues to maybe mount an offensive stride hit. And it's the same thing as before. You know, Sporting can't come into this game tonight against Elche and just start to think to themselves, well, we were in the harder division. We were in the higher division. Therefore, we are going to win. We've seen it tonight, you know. PSG gave St. Johnstone a game. And this Elche team, who is high on energy, high on positivity after their fantastic season, will believe that they absolutely can give Sporting some problems. Big LBY there over the top to Colgate Afro man, Louis Welch. One hell of an F1 driver, by the way. A speedster on the tarmac and a speedster on the grass here. And there's a great goal from Elche. Just like that, you blink and you'll miss it. Penetrative, direct. And that's exactly what Pete the Tim's Elche is all about. Fast-flowing tiki-taka football, to me, to you football. And Elche have the lead against Sporting, 1-0. An absolute brutal counter-attack play there from Pete the Tim's Elche side. And again, they're through. It could be two. Takes this one bobbling up and over the goal there. That was close. 2-0 in quick succession would have been maybe enough to sink all the belief over at Sporting. Don't forget as well, just joined us. If you are wanting some background noise after the FIFA festivities today, don't go anywhere. We're going to be doing VFL Super Bowl 7. Tonight, someone takes home the 7th VFL Super Bowl in Madden. The $150 trophy will go home with somebody. For Pickings, who is a FIFA favorite. Well, known FIFA player. Maybe not FIFA favorite. Depends if people like Pickens or not. I think Pickens has got a pretty good reputation. He could be the first person ever to win back-to-back Super Bowls. Won it last season. Can he win it this season? Can he go undefeated? Be the first person ever to win the Super Bowl without losing? That would be quite something. Or will it maybe go to someone like CJ12, who had a 21-point lead in last year's Super Bowl and blew it? One of the biggest chokes in Super Bowl history in VFL. Or could we see one of them, maybe the underdogs go all the way? Finley Safe knocked out Dirty Dave. And him and his Houston Texans get there. Could FUP and the Chicago Bears get there? Be the first ever Danish Super Bowl winner. Should be great. That's going to come directly after the festivities here on the grass tonight. We'll be going from the grass of Europe to the grass of North America. So tune in. Like I said, a $150 trophy on the line for the winner there. As that one there cleared again. Sporting have done well since conceding the goal. I will absolutely say that. They've been not downbeat. They felt almost kind of inspired by it since they've conceded that goal. They've looked very alive and very hungry to kind of correct the mistake. I think the one thing they've just got to be careful of are these kind of very looping, rounded kind of through balls that Elche continue to just bend round them. Really is phenomenal the way that they've just kind of found themselves with their with their consistency this season, Elche. And sometimes you need that. You know, sometimes, like I said, a lot of teams in my 13-year experience of doing this on VFL, so many teams, and I think Pete's Elche side here is another one of them, are confidence teams. When Pete's team starts to do terribly, it loses all the fundamentals of football. When they've had a season like they had this season just gone, they can move the ball so mesmerizingly. It's ridiculous. So, yeah, really good so far. Sporting here, though, looking to try and find their equaliser before half-time. Sends that one forward. Does JRP. I don't know what JRP was thinking there. I think he could have maybe taken that one a little bit more further in. Oh, it's immediately dispossessed. Tony MT goes to Silvera, but Silvera was in two minds. He didn't know if he should go towards the post or go more towards the penalty spot. You could see that clear as day. He was completely lost in what way he wanted to go. Game still remains 1-0. He's got to have a bit more of a killer instinct, does Silvera. Got to at least take the shot there. Even if the keeper parries it, teammate could get a tap in. Sporting needs shots. They don't need confusion. That's 100% the case. Ball there goes to Hazo. Hazo into FE. Finds Tony. Tony into Silvera. Goes back into Tony. Tony into JRP. JRP now into Rixie. Rixie finds Corey. Corey back to Rixie. Rixie and Corey, the devastating duo on the right side, trying to chain together. Oh, but it's just sailed right over his head. And now look at this. Elche taking opportunity of that push from Rixie. Goes across here. Elche just sends it too deep. It's off the post. Oh, dear goodness me. It could have been one great goal again from Elche. And now here comes Sporting down the other end. Corey. Silvera. Charlie here, though, just handling business. Gets that one away. And that's maybe a warning sign for Corey and Rixie there, just to remember their role. Advanced too far up the field there, nearly got countered down their side. They would have never lived that down from the angry spectators of I'm a Fanatic and Corey. Would have been signs in the crowd demanding their sacking, wouldn't it? Sends that one to Corey, takes the shot there, but not possible. In the end, half-time, 1-0 to the Minnows over at Elche. Still alive, though, our Sporting, still alive, but they've got to try and balance the push on the attack and the drop back on the defense, all right? That's the only thing they've got to do, because so far they're getting, at points in time, a little bit too gung-ho. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So, there you go. There we go. I'm trying to simmer down an argument between PSV and Nice as well. Dear goodness me. Come on, fellas. Remember, it's July. It's July 13th, and we're playing FIFA. It's not that big of a deal. Come on, relax. Let me go and sick at each other. Let me go and sick at each other. And that's good as well. Comms continuing to happen here as other game threes are just beginning that were a little bit delayed because of going in late to game 2. All right? So that's good. Good comms here, boys. Really solid comms tonight. Super happy. This has been night and day compared to yesterday. Absolutely brilliant. Well in, boys. Anyway, back to the second half. Here we go. Is that a pull for a penalty? I thought we were going to come back and see an immediate point to the spot. Well, Sporting have a half. Still to get this one over the line. FM and Silvera there. Still dribbling forward as Elche just get that one clear. For Elche, they know, potentially, only they know what their results have been tonight. I haven't kept up to speed of how their other 2 games have gone, but if they haven't gone well, a win here could well be enough to guide them through. If this is their only 3 points of the night, then they are going to be absolutely buzzing, because I think it would be enough. As I said, 6 points, in my opinion, is about what you need. It would surprise me if some teams got 7 points and didn't make it through. I think 6 to 7 points is about what you can expect to need to make the top 48. Ball there goes over into JRP. JRP now finds Rixie. Can't get past Calm, though, as Pete... Oh, what a ball. Pete the Tim. Take a bow, Pete. But what a save. Take a bow, keeper. Oh, the whole sequence was fucking fantastic. Wow, wow, wow. The ball, the shot, the idea, the save, all of it. Bravo. If I could stand up and applaud, I would. I would. Well, Hazo. Down to his left-hand side. Immediately crunched, though, by Callum. Wonderful. Goes back over and across, flicks that one down to Nath. Hazo there. Effectively chopped down, pushed down, beaten down. Tony into Corey here. Corey back to Tony. The gaffer takes the shot, spills out to Ego. As Hazo and Ulster goes to JRP. Rixie links that one over the top. And again, Elche just hanging on for dear life. Their defensive unit, their wall of blue and red is surviving the test as of right now. Effie goes over to JRP. JRP into Hazo. Goes back across to Effie again. Where's he going to go? Can he find an option? Oh, he does. It's absolutely brilliant from him as well. Silvera there. Tries to shift it and take it. Back to Silvera it goes. But again, the absolute workhorse nature of this Elche defense continues to keep the door locked. Denied again. However, all momentum is in the grip of Sporting. Sporting right now, very much you would be... Oh, God. They could be... I was going to say, if they're about to concede, it would take everything I was about to say and then put it in the in the fucking bin. But you would be very surprised and very hard done by if you were a Sporting player if you concede the next goal. It just feels like the goal for the green and blacks are coming. Ulster goes over into Hazo. Hazo. Back to John. There goes JRP. Back into Corey. Corey into Tony. Tony now down into... Ego goes over into Silvera. But again, FM4 this time. Ego, though, he's got to take the shot. And that is a goal. It's been coming. And it's into the top bit. Jesus, that's a horrifying looking pro. Fucking hell, get surgery. But wow, what a finish into the top corner it was. His nose may be crooked, but there was nothing crooked about the power of that shot. Top left-hand corner of the goal. It's been coming for Sporting. And my goodness me, they've deserved that one. A hell of a finish from the man there driving into the box. Wow. 1-1. Game on here for the last 17 in-game minutes. Over into Pete the Tim. Here we go again. For Elche, a tale of two halves. They were completely dominant in the first half, and they've just been sat back and penned in for the second half completely. At this minute in time, you'd think a draw would be a fair result, a fair compromise. Well, let's see what happens here. Tony. Pete the Tim. Elche believing they can still find a winner here. Rolls across. That one there. All the way back to the right-hand side. Here's Rixie now. Offside flag goes up. And there's still no slowing down. You can see immediately Elche wanted to restart the play and get going. They're getting right back into that fast tempo football that they play. Tries to go across the box here. Really nice ideas from Elche. Can't get past the Sporting defence. And Nath goes back to Callum. Callum sends it across. Oh, dear goodness me. That could have been dangerous from the Sporting defender. That could have been a layup. That could have been an alley-oop for Elche. 8 minutes. And there's some real nervousness now between the two teams. As it's now Sporting who have gone on the super defensive. JRP gets that one over into Pete. Pete back to Nath. This one goes over into Nath again. Nath still there. Tries to drive it over. And cleared again. Sporting, I think, are just happy to take their 1 point and see the night out. Goes down here. Pete the Tim. Oh, my goodness me. That could have been dangerous. And the keeper, you'd be surprised. He's just going to take his 6 seconds here and not even risk it. Never mind. It goes quick. Maybe Sporting believe they can still get the winner here. Callum again now driving. Goes up into Nath. Nath slots the Elche man forward. And the keeper again. Good rush out. And a good capturing of the ball. Flick on there, though, to Elche. I tell you, Elche are getting every 50-51. And it could be an Elche goal to maybe seal the deal if Sporting aren't careful. 1 minute left of this game. The ball is poor, and it's going to be a stalemate. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, Sporting! They've won it! Corey in the 91st minute. Oh, he doesn't score good goals, but he scores important goals. It's 2-1 Sporting, and Elche have completely collapsed. Oh, they've stitched each other up there with the pass back. And Corey, the unsung hero, the fans almost mocked him for playing Ram before the game. In the words of Nigel Farage, well, you're not laughing now, are you? Wow. He gets it done, and he has secured Sporting the 3 points. An incredible game and an incredible winner from a fan favourite here tonight. Congratulations. Sporting didn't play the best football, but they persevered and they get their end rewards. A big 3 points to end their group stage. For Elche, that is going to... Oh, that's going to be like a kick in the nuts, dude. That's going to be such a kick in the nuts. And maybe, perhaps, depending on results, not saying it does, it doesn't, maybe perhaps dumps Elche out this Club World Cup. But, wow. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Just talking. You want to know? I'm just asking if Vandal
You want to know?
Well, there you go.
stop.
You want to know?
You
You want to
have
know?
to stop.
You want to know?
Please
Corey
stop.
turned up first time tonight. Well, there you go. Even the fans are still not impressed with you, Corey. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. Hey, congratulations, though. Rixie, you scared the fuck out of me, dude. When you pushed forward in that first half and you nearly got beat over the top, I was like, oh, I mean, one of those. So, nah, GG's there, man. Great game. Really good. All 3 games we watched tonight have been really fun. Really good. Really good. Best player. Big up Corey. Best player. All right, let's not gas him too much. Best player. It's not. It's big him up too much. I have no idea who you are, JH. If you're banned, then you've probably done something really fucking stupid. I can't lie. Please, can you unban me, please? Wonderful life, lads. It is. Good viewing that. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, mate. I hope you enjoyed it. Sounds convincing. He's fucking... Welcome to my life, lads. Every night. The 15 represents the... to be fair, he is a young kid. I know. He came into my chat the other night, Siege, and I saw the message. I clicked on his Twitch profile to try and find out what his PSN or GT was, and it played his last VOD, and you could put it this way, you could tell from his voice he's a young kid. So I'm not gonna go too hard over him. But, I don't know who he is. I don't know what he's done. Yeah. My manager won't realize me. Kayla, please, you're killing me here. I'm still not fully well. Don't fucking stop it. Oh god. Love a W on stream. JRP, I hope you're well, mate. I haven't seen you around for a couple months or so. Or been in there for a couple months. I hope you're good, mate. Want to see more Andrea Pirlo, JRP pulling of the strings, mate. But hey, the win's all that matters. So there you go. The Sporting Randy's getting a lucky win. You yell at them. Yell at them. What happened to O'Shea's team? You have to ask O'Shea. From what I understand, they're playing now. I'm pretty sure they're still playing. They went in late, something like that. So, yeah. Again, though, big thank you, though, everyone today. I think, to my knowledge, nearly every game is either finished or every game is kind of on the verge of being finished. So, there were limited issues today. No one was yelling at each other. No one was just... Like I said, yesterday, we had people, trying to stall for 10, 20 minutes. We had people intentionally breaking the game at halftime. We had so many stupid things being attempted yesterday. And then today, everything was good. So why can't it be like that more often, eh? One of those. I honestly have no idea, JH. No idea. O'Shea's got the ego of Ronaldo, but the skill of Nathaniel Tucker. That fucking Jesus. That's the most insulting shit I've read. 30 years being alive. Chat show. That's fucking... Nathaniel Tucker. That's a fucking name, by the way. God damn. That is something. You've insulted not just O'Shea. You've insulted Tux in such a brutal way. Unbelievable. Thank you very much as well, Mason, for the follow. Thoughts on Brighton unbeaten in the group stage? It can happen. It's the Club World Cup. It can happen. It depends on the fixtures. So, like I said, I think the important thing is not... I think the reality is, in this stage, no one is really looking at it and saying, well, we need to finish first, we need to finish second. It's just about getting through. You want to be in the pot for next week, you know? So, there you go. There you go. There you go. Fingers are old now, pal. A-pass will do nowadays. Well, you do it eloquently, as you always do. Jeez. Anyway, well, let me quickly go over and Don't forget the red card, blah, blah, blah. Okay, everyone's talking at least. Dude, everything, I needed today to be smooth. It was absolutely fucking... Yesterday was a 6 out of 10 for how good it was. Today is a fucking 25,000 out of 10. This was the smoothest shit in the world. And that's what gets me pissed off. Everyone's like, oh my god, here comes a gringo crash out. I only get fucking angry at some of you because some of you just, I don't know, like, in my opinion, just put on the most stupid fucking moronic act ever one day, and then you're completely great the next day. Not all of you, but like some managers one day will act like their fucking brain is Play-Doh, and then the next day it's like they're Albert Einstein. You know what I mean? I had managers yesterday being like, oh, the game's broke because they've been sat in the lobby for 15 minutes. Well, reset the fucking lobby, regardless. Everyone came with their brain today. I'm fucking ecstatic, lads. I am. I'm absolutely ecstatic. Stats in for... What time should we give people? 11:45. 11:45 p.m. We'll be releasing the knockout stage tomorrow. If you have been eliminated, don't leave this Discord, as information about FC26 and management will be posted in around 8 to 9 days from now. Thank you. There we go. Fantastic. Brilliant, lads. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Oh, Galatasaray somehow doing well after I got back home playing centre-back. I said this yesterday, Davenport. Since Rhythm took over and kind of got everyone on board, like, playing, seems like everything's picked up. I don't know if the problem was Tyler Taylor or not. From what I saw, I just think Tyler just, I don't know, just mentally just was burnt out because of how the results were. I don't know, but the last 2 weeks, Galatasaray have been fucking really, really impressive. So they're a dark horse to watch, dude, for sure. They are. They are. Should be an Xbox achievement, complete a VFL season without being difficult. Oh, dude, it'd be 1,000 G. It'd be 1,000 G. Nah, I got the flu on like Monday, so I'm still recovering from it, Abdi. So I'm just fucking blowing my nose consistently. Anyway, fellas, yeah, a really solid night. Get stats in if you got them. Of course, I know the lobbies and stuff are breaking and exploding and all of that shit. So yeah, get your stats in. Again, a reminder. I'm going to say this here, so you lot sitting here now know. But then, of course, I'll write it up at a later point. Friday night, one leg for the playoffs, if you're involved in the playoffs. So that'll be teams who finish between 17th and 48th. It's a one-and-done game. So that'll be at 8 o'clock. 8:30 will be both legs of the round of 32. Saturday, both legs of the round of 16 and the quarterfinals. So 4 games potentially. And then Sunday of this week coming, so a week today, both legs of the semi-final and the final. And then a week tomorrow, the World Cup begins for internationals. So we've got you covered still with a whole heap of FIFA action, so don't worry. People have been saying to me, will you run a season in August? Absolutely the fuck not. Again, I understand I'm old. I look at FIFA like it's work, I get it. And I understand a lot of you just want to play. But just please have a break. Have a break. There's no way that you should be playing leagues and clubs every single day all the way into September. You'll burn yourself out. Said, chill out a little bit. You know, play if you want to. I can't stop you. But, like, I'm not running anything in August. I'm not. It will be the World Cup final will be the first Sunday of August. Then, of course, we'll have Team of the Year to do all that stuff in August. And then, of course, the Premier League kicks off in August. So, again, watch football, play a different game, you know, relax, take a month away of, you know, not having to stress about clubs and do all that, and just prepare yourself mentally for FC26 when all the fucking craziness begins again, yeah? However, we've still got a week to go for club football, so if you did want to come back and watch the big ones next week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the Club World Cup knockout stage, okay? with that, we're going to take like an 8-minute break and get a drink, go to the toilet, all that stuff. And then we'll be doing the VFL Super Bowl. I'm going to ping the Discord again, so be ready for that. Who takes home the $150 3-foot tall trophy? That is the Lombardi Trophy at VFL Super Bowl 7. We'll find out tonight, very soon. Cool. With that, though, thank you so much for the follows tonight. Thank you to every single manager, player, everybody that made life easy tonight. And again, if you are interested, we're doing rematch drafts tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. in the evening. So there you go. Excited for the Yellow Rooftop return and FC26 community drafts. Always my favorite draft team. Eh? Will the World Cup group stages go during the week for the first week or just the weekend? I'm good. The form's going to be coming out tomorrow. The first week, like I said, is a flexi schedule, Davenport, and then we'll see who qualifies. But I'm open to whatever. We'll have to wait and see. But take it a week at a time. Yeah? Take it a week at a time. Anyway, see you in 10 for Madden. Trust me, even if you're not an American football fan, come through and watch it. It's so... Yeah, it's a big feel. Like I said, a $150 trophy is not something small. It isn't. Both figuratively and physically. And then if not, we'll see you for rematch tomorrow. And if not, we'll see you for Club World Cup knockouts next weekend. Okay? Cool. Take care. Take it easy. See you in 10.